This is accountability. This is Influence FM. The sales process in radio hasn't changed very much since its inception. Simply finding a prospect, getting their information, figuring out the schedule, writing the ads, go close, and then follow up and keep them forever. Now, the first process is finding a prospect. Influence FM keeps track of every business in a live searchable database. So before somebody goes out and calls on someone new, they can find out if it is on somebody else's list or if there's any type of restriction that had been put on it by the radio station for some previous actions. Next up, we want the salesman to gather information. Now, whether they get it in person or on the internet or anecdotally, we want them to find it and then put it in the system in a CNA, a customer needs analysis form. This way, the information remains with the customer forever. And when the CNA is updated, the old CNA is still there so you can see changes as they're happening to this customer. Next up, you'll want to calculate what a good ROI is for this schedule. Reason being, you want to manage expectations all the way along. So, by simply filling in a few little items on the sheet, you get a handy-dandy pretty file that comes out and tells exactly what people can expect from the radio station. Next up, we want to write ads. The information is now in there in the CNA, but we write it inside the system. It keeps track of how long the ad is, when it's needed, who needs it, what client it's for. It heads off to production. When production is done, they simply upload the file. The rep is notified by email, and the copy and the ads are saved for all time. For production, the Influence FM system is a dream, keeping track of everything, every ad being produced, who has it, where it is, what's going on. No more lost production orders, no more pointing fingers of who was supposed to do what. It's all there. Individual salesmen can see their individual production and track it at all times. Individual managers or station groups can see theirs. If you don't have an idea, we've got probably 100,000 pieces of copy at this point. All you need to do is put in either a keyword or a type of business or both. Put in the word Mother's Day and then add florist and watch how many come up. Some of them are good, some are not so good, but maybe you'll get an idea that you can start and run with. Next up, assembling a schedule. Not as easy as it used to be now that we all have multiple stations and multiple rates and day parts, but once the information is in the system, it's very easy for a sales rep to experiment back and forth to get the budget they need or the rate they want to get or the number of stations. And then it prints out a contract that is ready to be PDF'd and sent or printed on the printer and taken out for a signature. When it comes to the calendar, you'll notice the calendar is very easy. It's basically like a Google Calendar and can be exported to both Google or Outlook, and it can be used on any portable device. Simply pick a time or pick a customer and put in what you want. When you come back later to finish it, what you'll find out is it always asks the question, what's next? Now, if you've ever forgotten to change a piece of copy or extend a contract, you will appreciate this piece of data. What's next? Now we get to sales management. You want the global view of what's going on. This is up to the second information as it happens. You'll find out each rep how much they're presenting, what they're getting, what they're missing, what's sold, what's canceled, and you can keep track of all manner of data. This is the global overview, which gives you an idea of what's going on with your company on any given day, week, or month, in the past or in the future. Want to drill down a little further? Pick a rep and take a look. You can see everything they're doing in that particular time period, their wins, their losses, what they expect to happen, and you can even drill into each one of these and see the actual copy, the ROI calculations, and the schedule that they're presenting. Next up, activity. What activities in your company produce sales? How many cold calls to get a CNA? How many CNAs to get a presentation? How many presentations to get a contract? And then you can keep track by rep or by office. You'll spot problems way down the road before they happen when you take a look at what's going on in these individual metrics as set by your best practices. Want to transfer a customer? Take somebody off somebody's list, put it on another, or maybe you have some management turnover coming and you want to be prepared. You can manage your customer lists from anywhere at any time where you can get online. Take control of your largest asset, your account list, and your prospect list. Next up, you'll decide what's good for your company, how many CNAs you expect, how many cold calls, how many of many different metrics you want to keep track of. And then the system will give you a graphical interface so at a glance you can see how you're doing. Is your team in the green? You got somebody in the yellow? Want to take a little closer look? This will just give you an instant view, and it'll come in your email every night so you can keep track daily if you'd like. The system will also email you at the end of the week and tell you how your week did. Each salesperson can get their own one of these. Individual managers can get theirs, or you can send the global view to whomever you want and keep track of how many CNAs were done, how many presentations, how much money was pitched, and all the percentages that go along with it. Sometimes employee rights need to be changed, and sometimes they need to be changed in a hurry. This system allows you to get in at any point and lock a salesperson out, or let them in, or change what they're allowed to do. Need help? It's always there, right on the bottom of the screen. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, most of the time. US-based tech support will get you out of trouble in a big hurry. And it's available to you and all your reps at absolutely no extra charge. Influence FM is about accountability. If you really want to see what's going on, if you really want to control what's going on, if you want to take control of your customers rather than just your salespeople, this is what you need. This is Influence FM.